Hey everybody, how you doing? You got Tosk here again. As I promised last video, I was going to go over the Jedi Guardian, so that's what I'm going to do now. Now, normally, okay, the reason I build it the way this way is primarily because focus is burst damage, and as anyone who's an active PvPer knows, it's not about how much damage you do over time. It's about how much damage you do as fast as possible. In other words, you want the fights to be as short as possible. So that's why this is the build to use, because it's all about crits and burst damage. So of course the first two I go into is Swelling Winds. I also take Master Focus. I find in PvP to be useless, flat out just not worth anything, because it just takes way too long to deploy and it doesn't do near enough damage. Insight increase force crit hits, so that's always good. And again, increase crit chance, that's always good. You want to generate as much focus as you can. Reduce resolute, that's for when you're rooted or when you're impaired. Put one in there for now. If I'm going to make a modification to my PvP build, this is where I'll make it. Unless there's something else going on for some other reason. Zyphron Slash. Yeah, put two in there. Reduces pushbacks for channeling for stasis. Stasis I find is actually pretty useful in PvP, because if they've used their resolve, someone's used their resolve, then you can actually really tick them off and root them again. Zealous Sleep. Yeah, it's always good to have another way of covering distances quick. Saber Strength, yes, absolutely. You want as much strength as you can in there. Felling Blow, yep. All of it. Singularity, this is huge. Okay, I don't know how it works post 1.2, but pre 1.2, it could be massive, and it stacks huge. Okay, you really notice it. And when you have a stack of this and you do a force sweep, when you have 2 stacks or higher and you do a force sweep, you'll crit for the smallest crit I had with 2 stacks of Singularity after doing a force sweep, I believe was about 1.9k. Now that's not a lot, but it's very easy to get multiple stacks, up to 5 stacks. So when I had 3 or more stacks, I was critting for 4k and up. Okay, so that's massive. So you want this automatically. This is what generates the stacks. Okay. Chicho Mastery, this is the PvP stance that I find most useful. Training Agility, yeah, you want to go with this one as well. Increase movement speed for 5 seconds after using Zealous Sleep. So when you leap onto them, it's not a lot, but it helps. Yeah, Force Exhaustion. I don't always necessarily grab Force Exhaustion all the way, or I don't necessarily grab it all the time, but again, if I'm going to make any modifications, it'll either usually be second wind, but if I still want to play with it a little bit more, this is where I'll make the change. Through Peace, reduces activation cost of focus defense by 1. Okay, I don't know if that was in prior to 1.2 or not. Focus resistance, increase critical strike for all force, absolutely. And then force exhaustion. Now that leaves me with 10 points. Those normally go, again, in PvP, it's all about as much damage as you can. And the great thing about Sunder, it opens their armor, it cracks their armor. So I go 2 into that. And Sunder Strike, let's build focus. Again, focus is your power. Yep. Yeah. Not heavy into it, just 1 or 2, or just 1, I would say, but yeah. So yeah, this is pretty much the build. I haven't PvP'd since 1.2 came out, but this is pretty much the build I used prior to it. Okay, there has been some subtle changes since 1.2. Some things were raised in the order, some things were lowered, but again, this is pretty much the build I used. Since I have some points left over, I must have not assigned all the points that I normally did, because normally I have no points left over. So put some in there, and I will also go ahead and assign it in gravity. So yeah, that's pretty much my most effective build that I've used in PvP, and I'm just a few levels away from War Hero right now, and in the process of getting all of my Battlemaster gear so I can get my War Hero gear and then start the grind all over again. But yeah, this is the build that I find suits me the best. I will make minor modifications to it here and there, but for the most part, use what works for you. Okay? Don't let anybody else tell you you're doing it wrong. This is the most important part I can tell you, is that you want to do what works for you. Customize it to your playstyle. Okay? Okay, hopefully you found that insightful. Hopefully you got something out of it. Thanks for watching. By all means, please leave a comment. Please subscribe. Tell me if you think I'm full of it. Tell me if you love it. Whatever. Just most important thing here is to get people talking. And, you know, by all means, share with me. Share your builds for PvP or the PvE build on the other video. By all means, you're more than welcome to. I look forward to it. Okay? So thanks a lot for checking out the video, and have a great day. See you in the battleground.